Just because you're on a budget, your PC does not have to look lifeless just so you can cut costs and stay in budget. Don't get me wrong, RGB fans looks great at times, but they can get very overwhelming easily. And you can go so far with RGB fans. So today I have for you a low profile PC that is aesthetically pleasing while also staying in budget. If you're new here, this is episode 4 of me flipping PCs to buy a C7 Z06. So being on a budget but also trying to build a PC that is a little aesthetically pleasing, I hopped on Amazon looking for one of those AIOs with a screen, and not just any AIO, right? We are on a budget, so one of those AIOs that you can actually afford. So I came across the Thermalright FW240. Now some of you might already seen this AIO, but this is my first time. That's what she said. So it comes in 2 different colors and 2 different sizes, and also 2 different, I guess, variations. So it has a 240 and a 360. It comes in black and white, and RGB fans and non-RGB fans. Now keep in mind, we are aiming for the low profile while being a little bit aesthetic pleasing, right? So I went with the no RGB fans 240 AIO. For today's build, the motherboard is the MSI B450 Bazooka Max Wi-Fi. So when I bought it, the guy told me he was selling it because it does not support the 5000 series CPUs. So I had to do a BIOS update. I know how to do BIOS update, but I have never done BIOS update where the PC is not already built. So I had to build one of those Frankenstein PCs so I can do the BIOS update, which was cool. It was my first time, right? So the CPU is a Ryzen 5 5600X. It has one terabyte SSD, 750 watt power supply. The case is the Jonesbow D32 Pro, something like that. The power supply, like I said, 750 watts. It has and then it has the Thermalright FW240 AIO with that little screen that you can put whatever you want on there. It gives you some already preloaded like designs for whatever you want to show. So you can have the thermals on there. They have a lot of GIFs that you can put, what they call it, GIF that you can choose from. They have a lot of them that you can choose from. So, and lastly the GPU is the Asus TUF Gaming RTX 3060 Ti. I think it's like V2 overclocked edition. It fucking big ass GPU. So talking about the AIO, I've installed a few AIOs before. Normally it's always big AIO, like 360 versions. So this was, I believe, my second time doing the 240 AIO in a smaller case. I think the first time I did this 240 AIO was in an NZXT 240. It was an ITX build. It was one of the PCs I built I think about like 2 years ago. So I do have experience putting in AIOs and stuff, and it was pretty easy. Like, since there's no RGB fans, it does not have the extra RGB connectors, so just a straightforward fans connectors. It came with already attachments, so you can connect the fans to one fan socket on the motherboard. Right, so there you have it, the Jonesbow D32 Pro compact, low profile, aesthetically pleasing PC on a budget. Right, so now we're gonna take a look at some gameplays so you can actually see how it performs. Alright, so the first game that came to mind was PUBG, and I tested PUBG at 1440p ultra settings because that's what the game had when I opened the game, right? That's the settings the game gave me. And you know, I went ahead and kind of like played it and see how it's gonna perform if I have to change the settings or not. And safe to say, it performs just exactly how I expected. No issues whatsoever. So I was averaging about 72 FPS throughout the game, and I think my MSI Afterburner, it takes forever to update the average frame rates. Maybe there's something I have to do in the settings. And while I was gaming, I glanced over to look at the PC to check the thermals, because I had the thermals on the small display on the FW240, and it's safe to say that the Thermalright F2 FW240 is fantastic at keeping the 5600 cool. Man, it was under 70 degrees the whole gameplay. So now looking at Marvel Rivals, if you want to play Marvel Rivals at 1440p, you're gonna have to rely on NVIDIA DLSS, unless you want to play at medium. If you play at medium settings, then you'll be fine. But if you want to play anything above medium settings at 1440p, you're gonna have to turn on NVIDIA DLSS. Other than that, you know, if you play at 1080p, it will perform fantastic. And if, like I said, if you want to play at 1440p at medium settings, you will have a good time without turning on DLSS. But you already have DLSS, it's provided for you for free, so you might as well just use it.
Before you attack, get ready. Whoa.
3, 2, 1, blast off! Powering up. Look out below.
I like the cold.
I hope Friday got that on video. Bombs away! Here they come!
You have it, the Johnsbow D32 Pro low profile budget build under $600. So the goal is to list it for 8 and let it go for 7. So there you have it, guys. What do you think? Will you build the exact build? What will you change? Let me know down in the comment section.